We're talking about the Air 3S and the beautiful filters that we developed. We've got the Vivid collection, the Shutter Mist collection, as well as the VND. And let me tell you a little bit more about them. The Vivid collection is our most popular series. It's got the neutral density and polarizer built in here. The polarizer is fixed on a linear plane here. So that means when your drone's up in the air, kind of pointed down, everything on that linear plane reflecting light up is going to be polarized. Now the Air 3S does have different lenses. Both lenses have different apertures. So that means that when you're flying in the air, your bottom camera and your top camera are letting in different amounts of light. So the filters need to have different densities of ND. So you don't need to change your camera settings in the air if you're switching between the 1X and the 3X camera. And you can see that indicated by the density stops on each filter. The top one is for the 3X camera, and that's like an ND4 PL, and the bottom one is an ND8 PL. So that just means you can switch through between cameras and keep your exposure shutter speed exactly the same without having to adjust it every time. The Vivid has the ND8, the ND32, and the ND128, and that's gonna cover any lighting condition that you need out there to hit 1/50th shutter if you're shooting 24 frames, or 1/60th shutter if you're shooting 30 frames per second. Now you'll notice that there are filters missing in this pack. We left them out for a reason, so you don't need to carry 5 filters, or you don't need to buy 5 filters, because the ISO can easily handle this adjustment. So this is how you do it. If you're set at 1/60th shutter speed and it's calling for that missing ND16, all you need to do is bump your ISO up from 100 to 200 or 400 to 800 and put on the heavier density ND. That would be the ND32 filter. Camera will be totally fine and can easily handle it. And next up are the ND Mist filters. So this is going to be the neutral density for nailing your cinematic shutters, plus a built-in quarter strength black mist filter. And that's for one reason only, so your air cameras can match your ground cameras if you are shooting black mist on your ground cameras. And the third filter we've got for this puppy is the VND. So this is the 3 to 7 stop VND, and that's going to be based on the bottom camera here, the 1X with the 1.7 aperture. Now, if you take a look here, you can actually see that these back pieces of glass are different densities. So that means when you're rotating the front element of the VND, the bottom filter is darker still than the top filter, and that is going to be exposure balance for those different apertures on each lens.